Hey, what's up, everybody? Bringing you an early look at the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Smoke. So, let's get started. This is a New York Comic Con exclusive from Storm Collectibles, and we already know what we're getting from the ninjas as far as body and articulation wise, but I'm gonna go over it because it's cool and it does have different accessories as far as effect parts go. So we're gonna talk about that right now. Real quick, I'm gonna go over the articulation and then we're gonna go over the other stuff. I'm gonna be fast the articulation because, like I said, with the ninjas, you pretty much know what you're getting, but I want to get to the good stuff. The head articulation is easy and simple: up, down, left, and right. There is a full rotation. You actually have a great rotation there, so it's not really an issue with these figures at all. It can look down really well and it can look up really well. His eyes are actually a nice smoky color, which is really dope. Now, as far as articulation goes, the arm can go all the way up very easy, go down, go all the way around. There's bicep swivel. The arms are double jointed. There's nothing to hinder it in the way, so it looks really good. And it holds a great form. Let me make sure it does hold a great form. Yes, it does. As far as the waist goes, we have an ab crunch that goes really far forward. It goes very far back. And the actual clothing is soft plastic, so you don't have to worry about hurting yourself or hurting the figure when you do any sort of articulation, which is really, really nice. The leg articulation is done really well. They can go really far out, both forward, backwards, and all the way around. The legs are double jointed as well. And there's an excellent range of ankle pivot. Toe pivot as well. The really good stuff. So if you want, like I said, you can be seen doing really good kick maneuvers and all that jazz. But I know I was quick over the articulation because, like I said, you know what you're getting with the ninjas. And I want to go over the cool stuff, which is the effect parts with these guys. So first off, I'm going to cover the effects, then I'm going to cover the hands. I'm going to make sure he looks cool while he just stands there in the background. So real quick with Smoke, you actually get a cool effect part for vanishing, kicking, jumping, whatever it is you want to do. You have a nice smoke effect that actually is pretty tall. So when you want to make it look like you're jumping or lunging or anything like that, you can either put it behind him or in front of it, or you can make it look like he's throwing smoke to divert the character. It is a nice color. This one is hard plastic, so please be aware of it. It's not very flexible, so please don't try to break it by bending it. It's just not there for that. So this one is actually really nice and is a smoky translucent color as well. It's really dope. Next up, you have two of the bottom smoke effects that go around the feet. And to do that, what you do is there's an easy ball joint right here. What you do is you're just going to wiggle this off. Make sure it doesn't pop. I would suggest that you heat it up first beforehand, but you can take it right off. And it goes right up on the leg. And then back on the ball. Actually, make sure it goes up pretty far. There we go. Then you just put the ball joint back on the foot. And like I said, if you feel like it's going to break, you shouldn't. But if you do feel like that way or you're scared, please heat it up, make it soft so you can just pop it right off. As you can see, the leg attaches really well right here at the foot. So if you want to do jump kick effects or smoke effects, it's easily done with the smoke. And what's really cool about that is that these are actually a softer plastic, unlike the floor smoke effect. So that's something you really don't have to worry about. Oh man, he's balanced so nice. So you can see he looks really good. And it's actually, you get one of each for each leg. Like I said, soft plastic, really nice. Even if you want to put it on the arm, you can. It'll look a little wobbly. But for that, we actually have two special ones for the arms. This is really dope. These are actually very soft plastic as well. They're malleable. So not a big deal if you feel like you want to do something special with it. And these ones, you just pop off the wrist joint. And you just put it on the arm. And you make sure it's followed through. You just pop the wrist joint back in. And voila. So now you have smoke effects for both the arm and the leg. And I think this is really dope that they actually included this, because smoke is always seen kind of like smoking. Like where there's smoke, there's fire. So it's really cool that you actually get this effect for both sides. I'm just going to use it on one so you can see what's going on. But it's really dope because he balances actually really well just like this too. And I like that. Also with smoke, you actually get a Mortal Kombat 1 mask. Even though he wasn't seen officially until Mortal Kombat 3. He was an unlockable character in 2 with no story. But you actually get the Mortal Kombat 1 mask and you get the updated 3 mask, which is really dope. But if you want to swap it, you actually can get a chance for both. Now, as far as hand accessories, you get karate chopping hands. So when you're about to do any sort of karate chopping, you have hands for that. You have open action palms, which is really cool. These are nice. And you have more martial arts palms. These ones are more closed action palms, maybe for stunted fist or anything like that. These are actually really nice. And then you get one right hand for holding an item, whether it be a sword or a spear or anything like that. You actually only get one right hand for that. So just keep that in mind. What I do like that under light, Smoke actually looks like really nice. It's like a semi-gloss design, kind of like he's shimmering, and I like that. It looks really nice under the light, as you can see here. So with some mood lighting, I really plan to do some really cool photos. But this is really, really nice. Like I said, if you're a fan of the ninjas or what's going on with the ninjas, you're obviously going to want to get him. It's really dope. If you're not a fan of the ninjas, I can clearly see you passing on this. I get that. But if you want all those super cool ninjas that have been constantly getting done, this is definitely the item for you. Let me just pop this right off. Now we're going to do some size comparisons. So we're going to compare him with other stuff that's going on with both Storm Collectibles line and other lines. So let me get him to stand straight up so you can see what's going on. So I can get my Ninja Sentai going on and some pictures after this. Let's get him to stand up nice and straight. Make him look good for the people. Like it was his first day of school. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Spider-Me. As you can see size-wise, Spider-Me is a small guy compared to the Storm Collectible Smoke. Next up, we have a synthetic human. And he is also tiny, just like me, compared to the Storm Collectibles one. So size-wise, we see what's going on. The Storm stuff is just a little bigger. Here he is next to an X-Stage Figure Arts Kamen Rider. Next up, we have an Articulated Icons Ninja. Then we're going to do the Mezco 112 Collective Deathstroke, who actually seem to be a little bit better in scale with these guys than anything else so far. Next up, the Storm Collectibles Mike Tyson. And the reason why I'm doing Mike Tyson, because Tyson is, although he's a Storm Collectibles figure, he's not with the same line. So as you can see, even Mike Tyson is just a tad bit bigger. This Tyson's going to knock you out. Next up, I'm going to do him just next to Goro, just because he's Goro. And as you can see, Goro towers over all. Doesn't even fit in the frame. So real quick, one more thing I want to compare him to. Storm Collectibles Street Fighter Evil Ryu. So as you can see, there are different lines, but as you can see, they scale a little differently. But it's nice to see them together. So if the two ever cross over, and even in the photo, they actually work really well. Muscle definition is a little different, but all in all, they still work scale-wise with each other. All in all, if you are worn out on ninjas or fatigued on ninjas, you can obviously pick and choose now at this point. But it's really nice to have them all and be a color coordinated Sentai team. So it's really dope for me. But if you love the ninjas, it's definitely another one that's going to be great to add to your collection. So it's really cool to have. And then being exclusive actually is a smart choice. Because it's like, oh, if you really want it, you'll get it. And if not, just easy pass. So it gives you a choice. But it's really nice to see them actually knocking out other characters, especially because now we have Goro. So it's really good. But yeah, it's cool to have. In the end, I hope you found it informative. I hope you enjoyed. Most of all, I hope you do good, be good. Drink your water, guys. Later.